When it comes to deep, restorative sleep, the Amish seem to have cracked the code without needing fancy gadgets, apps, or sleep supplements. Their way of life, rooted in simplicity, nature, and rhythm, supports a kind of rest modern society struggles to achieve. While most people turn to technology to fix their sleep problems, the Amish do the opposite. They remove distractions, follow natural cycles, and prioritize calm, intentional living. What's fascinating is that many of their old-world habits are backed by modern science. These are not outdated traditions. They're timeless tools for healing, rest, and overall well-being. Number 1. No screens after sunset. One of the most overlooked yet powerful sleep habits the Amish live by is avoiding all screens after sunset. In Amish communities, there's no TV buzzing in the corner, no phones lighting up every few seconds, and definitely no late-night YouTube rabbit holes. Their evenings are screen-free, not just because of tradition, but because it naturally supports the body's need to rest and reset. This lifestyle aligns perfectly with human biology, especially when it comes to how our brains handle light. Here's what's happening behind the scenes. Your body has an internal clock, known as the circadian rhythm, that tells you when to wake up and when to sleep. This clock is strongly influenced by light. As the sun goes down, your environment becomes darker, signaling your brain to start producing melatonin. That's the hormone responsible for making you feel drowsy and relaxed. But when you're staring at screens, phones, laptops, TVs, that artificial blue light tricks your brain into thinking it's still daytime. Melatonin production stalls, and instead of winding down, your brain stays alert. The Amish sidestep this entire problem by simply not using screens. After sundown, they rely on natural light sources, like lanterns, candles, or low indoor lighting, which don't interfere with melatonin levels. Their bodies shift into rest mode more smoothly, helping them fall asleep faster and experience deeper, more restorative rest. You don't need to throw away your phone to benefit from this. Try setting a screen curfew. 1 hour before your planned bedtime, turn off all electronics. Use that time to engage in something calming and non-digital, like reading a physical book, journaling, or even sitting quietly with a cup of herbal tea. Keep your lighting soft and warm to support the transition into sleep. Over time, your body will start adjusting. You'll notice you get tired earlier, your mind feels quieter at night, and falling asleep becomes less of a struggle. What feels like a small change, just stepping away from a screen, can have a huge impact on your sleep quality and overall well-being. This habit, rooted in simplicity, is one of the easiest yet most effective steps you can take toward better sleep. The Amish don't need melatonin gummies or sleep apps. They just trust in what the body does naturally when the lights go down. Number 2, embrace total darkness. One of the most powerful and underrated habits Amish elders rely on for high-quality sleep is total darkness. Unlike most modern homes, where it's common to have glowing clocks, standby lights on electronics, or even ambient light from street lamps sneaking through the window, Amish bedrooms are almost completely blacked out at night. That level of darkness isn't just tradition. It's biological science at work. The human body is deeply sensitive to light, even when our eyes are closed. Light exposure during the night can suppress the production of melatonin, the hormone that helps regulate sleep and signals the body to begin its nighttime healing processes. Without enough melatonin, you might still fall asleep, but you're more likely to wake up during the night, experience lighter stages of sleep, and feel less refreshed in the morning. The Amish avoid these problems by keeping their sleeping environments free from artificial light. Since they live without electricity in most cases, they're not dealing with the modern intrusions that so many of us accept as normal. No blinking Wi-Fi routers, no backlit charging stations, and no glowing LED alarm clocks. Their windows don't face neon signs or cars driving by with headlights flashing through. Instead, they sleep in true darkness, which allows their bodies to stay in deeper, more restorative stages of sleep throughout the night. If you live in an urban or suburban area, reaching this level of darkness might seem tough, but it's doable. Start by identifying and eliminating the worst offenders. Unplug, or cover any light-emitting devices in your bedroom. This includes digital clocks, power indicators on chargers, and TVs in standby mode. Install blackout curtains to block out streetlights and passing cars. If that's not possible, try a well-fitting sleep mask made of breathable material that can keep your eyes in complete darkness. Even tiny changes can make a big impact. Something as small as a nightlight in the hallway bleeding into your room can be enough to reduce melatonin levels and disturb your natural sleep cycles. The goal isn't just to fall asleep, it's to give your body the best environment possible to restore itself. Deep sleep is when cellular repair, memory processing, and hormone regulation all take place. And the darker your room, the more efficiently your body can do that work. By embracing full darkness like the Amish do, you're not just improving your sleep, you're giving your body space to recover, rebuild, and thrive overnight. Number 3, bedtime starts with ritual. In Amish communities, going to bed isn't just about turning off the light and climbing under the covers. It's a quiet, intentional transition from the activity of the day into rest. That transition matters more than people think. The Amish rely on simple evening habits, things like prayer, calm conversation, reading scripture or handwritten letters, sometimes even just sitting together in silence. It's not rushed, not distracted, and definitely not noisy. This kind of consistency sends powerful signals to the brain. It's time to slow down, it's safe to rest. Rituals may sound like a big word, but they're just patterns. Repeated steps that, over time, teach the body what comes next. And in this case, the next step is sleep. The Amish don't have flashing phones to check before bed. There's no Netflix episode ending at 11:59 p.m. That absence of digital noise makes space for a kind of stillness that many of us don't experience anymore. But we could if we shaped our evenings more intentionally. You don't need to recreate an Amish household to benefit from this idea. A bedtime ritual for modern life can be really simple. Maybe it starts with washing your face under warm water. That tactile moment grounds you. Follow it up by jotting down a few lines in a notebook. Just a sentence or two about what happened today or what you're grateful for. You could do a few stretches or just sit quietly with a cup of herbal tea. The key is doing it in the same order every night. When the brain starts to see this same pattern, wash, write, stretch, it begins to link those actions with the idea of sleep. Over time, your mind doesn't fight the idea of shutting down. Instead, it leans into it. You start feeling sleepy before your head hits the pillow. This kind of natural rhythm doesn't just help you fall asleep, it helps you stay asleep because your nervous system isn't stuck in go mode. Bedtime rituals also work emotionally. They help separate the day's stress from the night's rest. You're not lying in bed rehashing an argument or stressing about tomorrow's meeting. You've already shifted gears. That's something the Amish understand intuitively, and it's something anyone can practice, even in a busy, noisy world. The trick is choosing quiet over chaos every night. Number 4, natural bedding only. The Amish are known for living simply, and that simplicity extends to the way they sleep. One of the lesser-known secrets behind their restful nights is their use of natural bedding. Unlike most modern mattresses made from synthetic foams, plastics, or chemically treated fabrics, Amish bedding relies on materials like organic cotton, untreated wool, and even straw or hay in some cases. These traditional choices aren't just about being natural, they actually create a healthier, more breathable sleep environment. Synthetic mattresses like memory foam may feel soft at first, but they tend to trap heat and moisture. Over time, this can make you feel sticky or uncomfortable during the night. Worse, many of these materials release volatile organic compounds, VOCs, gases from chemicals used in manufacturing. These aren't always noticeable, but your body can still react to them with headaches, irritation, or restless sleep. Even blankets and sheets made from polyester blends can contribute to this, especially when they don't allow your skin to breathe properly. Natural materials do the opposite. Wool, for instance, is not only breathable but also moisture-wicking. It pulls sweat away from the skin and helps keep your body at a stable, comfortable temperature, whether it's summer or winter. It also has mild antibacterial properties and resists dust mites, making it a great option for people with allergies. Cotton, especially when organic, is soft, gentle on the skin, and allows airflow that synthetic fabrics just can't match. The Amish often use handmade mattresses filled with layers of wool, cotton batting, or even dried corn husks. While these might sound outdated, they've been used for generations and are still praised for their comfort and durability. These materials naturally adapt to the body's shape without the need for artificial padding or springs. You don't have to go full Amish to benefit. Start small, swap out your synthetic sheets for 100% organic cotton. Try a wool mattress topper or pillow. You'll likely notice an immediate change, not only in comfort, but also in how quickly your body relaxes. Sleeping on natural fibers helps you feel more grounded and calm, which leads to deeper, more restorative rest. It's a quiet change, but one that your body will thank you for night after night. Number 5. Early to bed, early to rise. The Amish follow a daily rhythm that's closely aligned with the natural cycles of daylight and darkness. They typically wake up before sunrise and wind down shortly after sunset. While this might seem like it's all about productivity or tradition, there's actually a strong biological foundation for it. Our bodies were designed to respond to natural light cues, and this pattern supports our sleep-wake cycle, also known as the circadian rhythm. When the sun goes down, your brain begins to produce melatonin, the hormone responsible for making you feel sleepy. If you continue exposing yourself to artificial lighting from bulbs, screens, or even LED clocks, you confuse your internal system. Your brain delays melatonin production, thinking it's still daytime. That's why so many people struggle to fall asleep at night or feel groggy in the morning. Your rhythm is out of sync with the natural world. The Amish don't deal with this issue because their lifestyle avoids most artificial light at night. Instead of watching TV or scrolling through their phones, they engage in quiet, screen-free activities like reading, talking, or resting. This helps their bodies gradually prepare for rest without overstimulation. Their consistent early bedtime lets melatonin rise naturally, leading to deeper, more restorative sleep. Getting up early also supports this cycle. Morning sunlight helps reset the body's internal clock for the day ahead. Exposure to natural morning light tells your brain it's time to stop producing melatonin and start being alert. That's why Amish people often feel energized and focused early in the morning. They've set their bodies up to operate in sync with daylight from both ends of the day. If you want to shift toward this pattern, don't try to make a huge change overnight. The trick is gradual adjustment. Go to bed 15 minutes earlier than usual and do this every few days. Pair that with exposure to natural light early in the morning, like opening your curtains or stepping outside for a few minutes. These small, consistent changes help retrain your body to follow a more natural rhythm. Over time, you'll likely find that you wake up feeling more refreshed, your mood improves, and falling asleep becomes easier. Aligning your sleep with natural light cycles isn't just about getting more rest. It's about helping your entire body function more smoothly. Number 6. Heavy work, deep sleep. Amish elders are known for their energy and endurance well into old age, and one of the key reasons is how physically active they are throughout the day. From dawn to dusk, they engage in hands-on tasks like farming, carpentry, gardening, and walking long distances. This kind of steady, purposeful movement isn't just good for staying fit. It directly impacts the depth and quality of their sleep. Modern research backs this up. Physical activity helps regulate the body's circadian rhythm, the internal clock that controls sleep-wake cycles. When you move your body throughout the day, especially outdoors and under natural light, it gets clearer signals about when it's time to be alert and when it's time to rest. The Amish, who rarely sit still for long stretches, maintain this rhythm naturally. Their bodies are aligned with the rising and setting of the sun, and their sleep patterns reflect that balance. But there's more to it than just burning calories. Physical work calms the nervous system. It gives the brain a clear task to focus on, and often replaces mental stress with physical effort. At the end of a day spent doing real, tangible things, Whether it's harvesting crops or repairing a barn, the body feels satisfied. That sense of completion and physical fatigue encourages the kind of deep, slow-wave sleep where the most healing takes place. The good news is you don't need to live on a farm to experience this benefit. You just need to bring regular, consistent movement into your daily life. Think beyond the gym. Amish elders don't lift weights or do squats. Instead, they chop wood, knead dough, carry baskets, walk to visit neighbors. These simple, practical tasks add up. You can replicate this by walking instead of driving when possible, doing house chores with intention, or spending time in the yard or garden. Even light activities like sweeping the floor or organizing a garage can provide enough stimulation to settle your body by nighttime. The key is consistency. Movement throughout the day signals to your body that you've earned your rest. Without it, you might lie in bed with a restless mind and an underused body. But when your muscles have worked, your heart rate has risen naturally, and your lungs have expanded under fresh air, your body understands. It's time to shut down, recharge, and recover. Just like the Amish do. Number 7. Light dinner, heavy on timing. One of the most impactful but often overlooked sleep habits in Amish communities is the way they approach dinner. Unlike the modern tendency to eat late or indulge in heavy, rich meals at night, the Amish typically finish their evening meal by 5 or 6 p.m. This gives the body several hours to digest before bedtime, which supports better sleep and overall health. The food itself is also thoughtfully chosen, rarely fried, overly fatty, or packed with sugar. Their dinners tend to be simple, nourishing, and portion-controlled, designed to satisfy rather than overload. This early and light dinner routine isn't just tradition. It's backed by how the human body actually functions. Eating a heavy meal late in the evening forces your digestive system to stay active long after it's supposed to be winding down. As a result, your body struggles to enter deep sleep phases. You may fall asleep, but the quality of rest is often compromised. You're more likely to wake up during the night, feel bloated, or experience acid reflux, especially if you're lying down too soon after eating. Amish elders avoid all of that by sticking to meals that are easy on the stomach. Warm soups, slow-cooked stews, seasonal vegetables, and modest amounts of protein like eggs or baked fish. They tend to avoid processed ingredients and artificial additives, which can irritate the gut or spike blood sugar. This natural, whole food approach plays a huge role in how calm and ready for rest their bodies feel by nighttime. Timing also affects hormonal rhythms. Eating late can disrupt the natural evening rise of melatonin, the hormone responsible for making you sleepy. It also keeps insulin elevated longer, which can confuse your body's internal clock. By keeping meals earlier, the Amish allow their systems to shift into nighttime mode without interference. To apply this in your own life, start by moving dinner a bit earlier. Aim for at least 2 to 3 hours before bed. Replace heavy or spicy dishes with something light and warm. Avoid caffeine and sugar after lunch, since both can spike energy levels and mess with your sleep cycle. Even small changes, like switching from a steak dinner to a vegetable soup, can have a noticeable impact. Once your body isn't overloaded with digestion, it's free to focus on what it's meant to do at night. Recover, rebuild, and deeply rest. Number 8. Calm conversations before bed. In Amish homes, the hours before sleep are noticeably calm and quiet. This isn't accidental. It's part of a deeply rooted lifestyle that respects the natural rhythm of the body and mind. Amish families don't fill their evenings with loud TV shows, heated discussions, or last-minute work stress. Instead, they wind down gradually, often with simple conversations spoken in soft tones, or in many cases, quiet reflection with little to no speaking at all. This environment isn't just about tradition, it supports better sleep on a biological level. When the body is exposed to emotional stress or intense stimulation late in the evening, it can trigger the release of cortisol, a hormone linked to stress and alertness. Elevated cortisol makes it harder for the body to produce melatonin, the hormone responsible for helping us fall asleep and stay asleep. Even emotionally charged discussions, arguments, or problem-solving conversations can be enough to disrupt your ability to fully relax, making it difficult to drift off or get restorative sleep. The Amish avoid this by naturally setting what you could call a worry cutoff point. Once dinner is finished and the day begins to close, they shift into a slower gear. This could involve reading scripture, sharing a few light words with family, or simply sitting together in peaceful silence. You won't find them trying to fix family issues or debating complex matters at 9 p.m. That's already been handled earlier in the day or saved for another time. You can bring this approach into your own life without making big changes. Set a boundary for yourself. No serious conversations or stressful topics after a certain hour, say 8 p.m. If something urgent comes up, write it down for the morning. Use your evenings for gentle talk. Things like sharing a pleasant memory, telling someone you love them, or even just exchanging a few quiet thoughts. These soft human interactions can help your nervous system shift from a state of alertness to one of rest and safety. And it's not just about what's said, it's also about how it's said. Lower your voice, slow your pace, and listen more than you speak. If you're alone, try journaling lightly or simply sitting in silence. Calm conversations or calm stillness before bed send your brain the message: you're safe now, it's okay to rest. That's powerful, and it's something modern life often overlooks. Number 9, trust in something bigger. For the Amish, faith isn't just a part of life, it's the foundation. Their belief in something greater than themselves shapes how they work, how they raise their families, and even how they sleep. It gives them structure, meaning, and an unshakable sense of peace. This isn't about specific religious practices, but rather the mindset that comes from feeling anchored in something beyond the day-to-day chaos. That kind of trust can deeply influence how the body and mind relax at night. When you feel grounded, whether through religion, spirituality, or a simple practice of reflection, you create a sense of safety. And safety is a key ingredient for healthy sleep. The body won't fully relax if the mind is spinning through worry or uncertainty. That's why people with racing thoughts often struggle to fall asleep, even when they're physically exhausted. The Amish avoid this by living in a slower rhythm, rooted in values that emphasize acceptance, community, and trust in the natural order of things. Before bed, many Amish families pray or have a quiet moment of gratitude. It's not performative, it's a quiet, steady reminder that they're not in control of everything, and that's okay. That surrender brings mental stillness. For people outside of that lifestyle, creating a similar effect can be as simple as ending the day with a mental check-in. What did I do today that mattered? Who helped me? What can I let go of for now? You don't have to be religious to benefit from this. Gratitude, mindfulness, and even journaling can help you achieve a similar sense of calm. Studies show that people who practice gratitude regularly sleep better, fall asleep faster, and wake up less during the night. That's because focusing on what went right rather than what went wrong signals your brain that it's safe to rest. In a world full of notifications, late-night emails, and constant stress, having something bigger to lean on, even if it's just a nightly habit of reflection, can act like a soft reset. It tells your nervous system, you've done enough for today. That message alone can lower heart rate, ease anxious thoughts, and allow your body to shift into deep, restorative sleep. The key is consistency. Make it a part of your nighttime routine, and over time your mind will begin to follow the same peaceful pattern the Amish have trusted for generations. Number 10. Let nature set the tone. One of the most powerful yet overlooked sleep habits in Amish communities is how they rise and rest in sync with the natural world. They don't rely on blaring alarms, harsh lights, or caffeine jolts to get through the morning. Instead, they wake gradually, often with the first light of dawn, accompanied by the sounds of birds or roosters. This natural, gentle start to the day doesn't just feel more peaceful, it actually programs the body's internal clock to function better. Here's why that matters. Your body operates on what's called a circadian rhythm, a 24-hour cycle that regulates everything from sleep and energy levels to hormone production. This rhythm is largely influenced by light exposure. When you see bright natural light in the morning, especially within the first hour of waking, it sends a powerful signal to your brain that it's daytime. This suppresses melatonin, the hormone that makes you feel sleepy, and boosts cortisol in a healthy way to help you feel alert and focused. That early exposure also sets a timer for when your body should begin producing melatonin again, ideally 14 to 16 hours later, which aligns with nighttime. Modern life tends to ignore these natural cues. We wake up to loud alarms, spend mornings under artificial lighting, and may not even see the sun until afternoon. That delay confuses your internal clock, making it harder to fall asleep at night and reducing sleep quality when you do. The Amish lifestyle avoids all that. They live and work primarily outdoors, exposed to natural light from early morning through sunset. They don't mask those natural transitions with LED lights or screens, which helps their sleep remain deeply restorative. You don't need to move to the countryside to benefit from this. Just getting outside in the morning for 10 to 15 minutes can make a noticeable difference. If you can, take a walk, drink your coffee by a window, or simply sit in the sun. At night, dim your lights, avoid screens, and let darkness ease you into sleep like it's meant to. Letting nature set the tone isn't about being old-fashioned. It's about working with your biology instead of against it. By living more in tune with the rhythms of light, temperature, and sound, you're giving your body the exact signals it needs to rest deeply and wake up refreshed.